So is my 10-year-old daughter, Emery, kicking your ass when it comes to your marketing, your business, the promotion of your company? One of the most frustrating things in my masterminds, I have my World Builders Mastermind top 5%ers, and then I have my Elite top 1% champions, 2 masterminds in total. And one of the most frustrating parts for my members of the 2 masterminds, I get the men to always grade the areas of their life from 0 to 10, 0 being dismal, 10 being outstanding. And the 2 areas that most men, not every man, but most men struggle in each of the 2 masterminds is number 1, marketing, sales, advertising. Most men give themselves a dismal or very poor 1, maybe 2 out of 10. And the other area that we work on that a lot of businessmen and entrepreneurs struggle in is community service. Again, lots of 1s and 2s and 3s. Lots of focus on themselves and their own company, very little focus on serving others. These are 2 critical reasons that so many businessmen struggle. Whether it's financially, the business isn't fun, there's no consistent cash flow, there's lots of stress and anxiety. So let me lay it out for you. Whatever business you're in, doesn't matter what business it is, whether you're selling pizzas or furniture or fixing teeth or doing like me, consulting business, insurance business, flooring business, car wash business, golf business, chiropractic business, makes no difference. 70% of the success of your business is marketing. 70. 70% of your time, your energy, and your resources should be spent on the promotion, advertising, and marketing of your company. And the more a businessman struggles, the less that number is. In other words, when I used to struggle in the insurance business, when I first joined my dad and I was an employee, we weren't doing any marketing. Like, our marketing would have been a business card put in a community service ad in the newspaper. My dad would give them $100. Good morning. And we'd put our logo and our company name, or maybe we were in the Yellow Pages ads with a logo and the company name. Nothing direct response, and certainly nothing that would be any reason for a person to pick up the phone and call us. All that changed over time, but we had like maybe 1% of our time went into the marketing of the company. We weren't growing, we weren't prospering, we had a hard time paying the bills consistently, we were always in need because we didn't market and advertise. So I have a great story, a continuation that'll nail it for you when it comes to what my daughter Emery has done here in Naples when we arrived 2.5 weeks ago. You may or may not know the original story, but my daughter came to me the second day we arrived in this brand new neighborhood I'm walking in right now. We had never lived here, never spent a single night in this neighborhood. We bought a home here, but we didn't live in it until 2.5 weeks ago. So what happened is, after 2 days, I'm out by the pool reading, and my daughter Emery comes out and she says, "Daddy, I want to start up a business." And I said, "Okay, that's fantastic. What type of business would you like to start up?" She said, "I'd like to start up a dog walking business." My daughter's passion and obsession is animals, horses, dogs, you name it. She has an absolute obsession for animals. It's in her blood. And I said, "Okay, so you want to start up a dog walking company?" And she said, and this is her, not me, I model the behavior of entrepreneurship, but I don't push my child into anything. If she wants to play hockey, she plays hockey. If she wants to start up a dog walking company, she starts up a dog walking company. She gets this inspiration and motivation from me, from what I model, not what I say. I don't sit there and say to my kid, "Start up a company now that we live in a brand new country, in a brand new neighborhood." That's not the case at all. She's just constantly seeing her parents reading and studying, seeing her dad copywriting every day since the day she was born. She's seen me, designing flyers and postcards and websites and sales pages. She sees me out, buying books, advertising, marketing books. So she's immersed in it. So when she came to me, my other question to her was, okay, how are you going to market your company? And even at 10 years old, she knows exactly what that means. I said, how are you going to get customers and clients? And she thought about it for a second, and I then queued her up, and I said, listen, if you want to start this as a small company door to door, I said the best way is to design a simple direct response flyer that we can print off on our photocopier here at the house, and you and I can walk around this community, pick 50 homes or 100 homes that are close, and we can literally go out a few nights and you can hand out these flyers and put them under the welcome mat of every house, every single house, because most of the people in this community do have a dog. So I said, you've got a starving crowd here. You're going to be in good shape. So what does she do? Unlike you, she doesn't think about it. She doesn't talk about it. She doesn't mull it over. The kid went right in her bedroom, and I'm not kidding, about 20 minutes later, she comes out and she has this beautiful flyer, direct response. She knows what to do. She has a headline. She has a picture of a dog. She has her mom's cell phone number, a call to action. She has pricing on there. Pretty good job for a 10-year-old. And she comes out with this flyer and she shows it to me. She asks my opinion. I help her add a couple more things. Ink is cheap, paper is expensive, so lots of copy. And here she has this flyer within 25 to 30 minutes. And she goes, can we make some copies? So I'm always going to clap for entrepreneurship. My kid is selling and marketing and advertising and out there. I'm going to do everything I can to support and clap for that behavior, because it's going to happen more, right? So we run off 15 or 20 copies, and she says, let's go. And again, I'm like, I get out, I'm sitting out at the pool, I'm like, I'm all for this. So we head out, and literally she's on her bicycle, and we handed out those 20 flyers to the 20 homes on the 2 streets around us. And this was the start of her doing this every single day. For 5 straight days, she would come home from school. She would ask if I would print off 15 or 20 flyers. And then she would ask me if I would help her, and I would go walk. And sometimes she would bike and sometimes she would walk, and she would literally hand out 15 to 20 flyers every single day. Right to the door, door to door, toe to toe, eye to eye. None of this social media chicken shit stuff. None of this texting or emailing or hiding or whatever. She would walk up, you've seen the videos, she puts the flyer down, and away she goes. I'm happy to update you that she has now 4 full-time clients, in other words, dogs that she walks a few times a week, every single week. So she got so out of 100, she's got a 4% response. So I'm teaching her that that's world class. If you send 4 flyers or 4 newsletters or 4 postcards or 4 sales letters in the mail, if you get a 1% response, a 2% response, that's amazing. If you get 3, 4, or 5, that's near world class. So a 95% failure rate is winning. That means that if you get 4 and 5% like Emery's getting, that's winning. So she knows if she wants more customers, all she has to do is do what? All she has to do is print more flyers and hand them out. So that's what she's been doing. But she has 4 solid clients, got a 4% response to her flyer. And what have you done in terms of in that 2 days that took her? So it took her half an hour to come up with the idea and actually write the flyer, half an hour for the flyer. She photocopied 20 copies, and we were out using our shoe leather, old school shoe leather, and she was passing these out within another half hour after that. We did 20 homes, And by the time we got home from passing out our first 20 flyers, she had one call. Krista had a text from one of the neighbors who was inquiring about it. They actually didn't end up becoming a customer. Then we got a second text the next day because she did it. Again, that person didn't become a customer. They just wanted to say congratulations. It's nice to see young entrepreneurship. And I'm like, hell yeah, it is. This kid is out there. She's knocking on doors. She's printing off. She's copywriting, and she's making things happen. What the hell are you making happen in terms of your business marketing? Maybe a little promotion at Christmas, or maybe a little promotion in the summer, or maybe you thought about doing a newsletter, or you thought about doing a flyer, or you thought of it. What, are you kidding me? Emery's kicked your ass 6 ways to Sunday, and she's done it with half her brains tied behind her back. I'm so tired of listening to pretend entrepreneurs and pretend businessmen talk about, oh, the economy's tough, or my business is tough, or I have to work long hours, or the China virus. It's just an endless stream of BS. But if you took half of that time and energy and actually did what a 10-year-old does, which is write out the flyer, or write out the postcard, or write out the newsletter, and then if you actually printed it off a couple hours later, and then did the unthinkable where you actually put a stamp on it and mailed it, you might be surprised that you might end up with a 1% or a 2% or a 3% success rate. But how do you know? When you do nothing, you get nothing. When you do nothing, you absolutely get nothing. So I'm so proud of the action she's taken, and she's done it the right way, where she's done that secret weapon where the difference between winning and losing is the time between idea and implementation. So it literally took her 5 minutes to implement. As soon as she got the idea, 5 minutes to implement, another 30 minutes to write the flyer, and another 30 minutes to be out with her shoes, boot leather, and out there making it happen. And literally had her first prospect within another hour. And here we are 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, and she's got 4 clients. But what I wanted to share with you today is how she's even kicking your ass more than you think. So I'm sitting out on Sunday morning. You'll watch this video on Monday, but I'm sitting out by the pool on Sunday. I'm sharpening the axe. I'm studying. On Sundays, I read anywhere from 4 to 5 hours minimum. I have my highlighters, my pens, my book. Nobody comes near me on Sunday mornings. That's my time for my creator. That's my time for sharpening the saw. That's my time for solitude and reading and writing, getting ready for a new week. So Emery walks up to me this morning about 10:30, and she says, what can I do as an upsell for my dog walking business? And she got the idea last night. Instead of people paying $5 per walk, that's what she charges. She charges $5 per walk, right? So the same way as you charge, whatever, $100 for what you do, or $10,000. That's her core thing, one walk. I said, well, if you want to 5x your business or 10x your business instantly, and you could do the same if you actually took action on something, I said, put it into a bundle as an upsell. And she got this inspiration last night when we were out walking a dog, where one of her customers said, Emery, here's $20. I want 4 walks. I don't want to pay 5 at a time. I want 4 walks, right? So I said, you have a nice continuity business there, Emery. I said, everybody who hires you, they want consistent walks. So they want their dog walked almost every day. So it's interesting. I helped her a little bit. I said, make it where they get 5 walks and they get a 6th walk free, and charge $25 for the bundle. So she takes one of those white recipe cards that I write on, those white index cards, and she goes into a room within 2 minutes, and then about 15 minutes later, while you'd be on your phone checked out or checking social media or getting ready to study what the Bills game is going to be all about, she comes back 15 minutes later, and she's got this index upsell coupon card, and on it says, buy a dog pack of walks. She's got dog pack of walks, 5 walks for $25, which is her normal rate. 5 walks at $5 a piece, $25. Even I can do that math. And get a 6th walk free. And get a 6th walk free. And now she's got this coupon on the bottom of her flyer, which she's working on the afternoon. She's got these index cards that say exactly what I just talked about. She can pass those out when she's out bicycling. But talk about now her transactions have gone from $5, $5, $5. Her transactions now are $25, $25, $25. And every single person she talks to now, she's focusing on selling them what? The bundle, the upsell, the bundle, $25, $25, $25, $25. So when a person says to her now, how much is it to walk a dog? She goes $5 or 6 walks for $25. Well, guess what? About 50% of the time, she now has the person going to be taking the $25 bundle. You know what that is, men? That's called a little bit of ambition. That's called hunger. That's called taking action, not being so afraid or so frozen by paralysis by analysis. It's a kid going into a room, marking up a flyer, making an ugly flyer that stands out with a phone number on it, and then getting it out into the marketplace where we can test how good or not good it is, and then having the phone ring and her converting those people into paying customers. She has a small pile of bills now on our kitchen counter, a small pile of American bills from her ambition. And I'll remind you that I didn't do any of it for her. I didn't I didn't put a pen or a marker on any of that shit. If you're trying to make that excuse for yourself, that, oh, it must be easy, you're gonna help her. I don't help her. I don't do anything for that kid that she can't do herself. Whether it's wiping a table, whether it's cleaning her dishes, whether it's dressing, whether it's making her lunch, whether it's tying her own skates. I don't do anything for my kid that she can't do. Whatever she could do when she was 3, she did it. Whatever she could do when she was 10, she now does it. I don't do anything that she can do herself because I'm raising a self-reliant child. I'm raising a self-reliant alpha female. So it's really interesting to see just, like a little bit of ambition. And you know what? Now, listen to this. She's kicked your ass again. She's done this. So last night she has some raving fans, right? They can't believe that this 10-year-old is out walking these dogs. Like, people in America especially, they're so impressed by entrepreneurship because you don't see it very much anymore, right? Most kids are video game addicts or screen junkies or whatever, and mom and dad are duds, right? They just give them everything. They entitle them, they cripple them. So she's out here and she's earning the respect of all the people in this community. We've only been here for 2.5 weeks. And oh, there's Emery, the dog. They call her the dog whisperer. They call my kid the dog whisperer in this neighborhood. And it's amazing because now she sent handwritten thank you cards. So I have some thank you cards, right? Eh? So she asked me, she goes, Daddy, would I be able to write a card to my 4 customers? I said, absolutely. So she went into her room again. You don't do thank you cards. That's something that you thought about, but you don't do them. She went into her room and she wrote 4 thank you cards this morning. And she comes back and now she's going to hand deliver these enveloped thank you cards. The people are going to be friggin' stunned. They're going to be stunned. Here's this 10-year-old who's helping them, saving them time. And my God, here she is. And she's she's walking and sending them thank you cards. And then one of them texted Krista last night and said, do you mind if we do a video testimonial? Because like, are you kidding me? This is when you do a good job, what happens. So these people want to take a photo with their dog and Emery, or they want to do, I said, what about a video? They said, we'll do either. And they're going to put it on the community Facebook. There's a Facebook page. I don't know about it because I don't participate in that shit. But there is a community Facebook page, and those Facebook pages are incredibly valuable. They're incredibly valuable. That's what Facebook should be for. And they said, okay, Emery, put your flyer on Facebook. And they said, we're going to put a video testimonial of the great job that you've done. Can you imagine? They walked her dog last night and now they're going to give her a video testimonial. So she's done thank you cards. She's getting a video testimonial. She's probably going to get full. I said, sweetie, I said, everybody you walk this week, I said, make sure you get a photo with their dog. Just you and the dog. I'll take a photo because I'm there helping her. And I said, that's something that we can use on Facebook. That's something we could even put up a little site. But talk about kicking your ass 6 ways to Sunday. You know what? She's kicking everybody's ass. I showed what she's doing in my 2 masterminds, and she's kicking all their asses too. So I'm sure as hell she's kicking yours. Have you, like last week, did you gain 4 new accounts? Last week, did you collect testimonials? Last week, did you send thank you cards to everybody that brought you money? Like last week, did you copyright every day like she did? Like, did you do belly to belly, toe to toe sales last week? Did you do all that? Did you spend 70% of your time last week on marketing, on advertising, on promotion? I can guarantee that you didn't spend not 1%. Unless you're one of my rare championship birds, you didn't spend any time. You didn't do fuck all. And I'm just telling you right now, when I was in the insurance business and I spent 0% of my time on marketing, I was a loser in that business. I was a loser for the few months in that business. We didn't have any quotes. Our business wasn't growing. We were losers. We deserved to get our ass kicked. And then all of a sudden, I started spending 30%. And then 40, then 50, then 60, and we just kept going on from there. And it was amazing. When I get up to 30%, 40%, my entire life transformed. It was unbelievable, the absolute difference from doing nothing with marketing to getting to 30%, 40%. And like I said, you need to get up to 70%. I spend 85% of my time with the marketing. You know what? McLean Insurance, 85% of my time was marketing. The barbershop, 85% of my time was marketing. This new coaching business I'm in, Badass Brotherhood, 85% of my time is on marketing. Copywriting, advertising, telegrams, newsletters, on and on. But you know what? It's your wake-up call. There's a 10-year-old girl living in Naples, Florida, who has just handed you your ass. Just handed you your ass. And all your excuses are out the door. All your excuses out the door. Oh, I'm going to collect testimonials. Oh, I'm thinking of doing a newsletter. Oh, I'm thinking of doing direct mail. Oh, I'm thinking of hiring a list broker. Oh, I'm thinking of hiring a sales team. You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. And the results speak for themselves. When you're broke, when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when it's no longer fun. Marketing's the fun of the business, right? If I don't I never cared about insurance. I never cared about haircuts. I never cared about any of this stuff. It was all my passion. I just happened to be selling insurance policies. I just happened to be selling shaves and haircuts. The marketing is the fun part. The marketing is my obsession and my passion. So every day I get to get up and do what I love to do. But if you're not spending 70% of your time and money on marketing, your time, your money, your brain power on marketing, you have an ordinary business. Nobody really knows. You have an ordinary business. It's not growing. It's actually probably receding. But you have nobody to blame but yourself. And a 10-year-old kid, okay, if that's not inspiration to how simple it is to take a little bit of action, then nothing will help you. Nothing will help you. But my kid is spending 70% of her time on her dog walking company. The other 30% is actually walking the dogs. And this thing is starting to blow up on her. She's starting, like I said, people, hey, the dog whisperer, are you kidding me? She's 10 years old. And the only thing she's done that you haven't done is she's taken action. She had a good idea and she's actually acted on it quickly and made it a reality. She didn't worry about social media or any of that stuff. She literally had the guts, the mental balls to go out there and say, you know what? I'm just going to do belly to belly, toe to toe, as fast as I can, as inexpensively as I can, and see. And then you should see the smile on her face when this stuff works, when she gets these calls from people. It's just mind-boggling, and all the credit goes to her. So, you know what? You got to deal with it. You got to get, a kid, a 10-year-old kid, she's kicking your ass. She's kicking your ass with half her brains tied behind her back. Time to get it going. I just gave you an idea, a plan right there. 99% of you guys will do nothing with it. You'll do nothing with it. And you'll have nothing to blame but yourself. But for the 1% who take this and say, okay, there's inspiration from a 10-year-old kid. If she can do it, I can do it. Greatest country in the world. I'll tell you another thing that I told my daughter, and I feel the same way. If we came and lived in Naples, in this incredible community, in this incredible city, in this incredible state, in this incredible country, and we did what you did, which is fuck all, it would be an insult to this country, the land of opportunity. It would be an insult to the men and women in uniform who kept us free, who won world wars, who kept this place and fought for our independence in Canada and the United States. It would be a friggin' insult to those people. If I came here and sat on the beach or played golf every day, it'd be a friggin' insult to the people who have set this up. This is a game. It is in America, especially in Canada somewhat. Are you kidding me? This is an unfair advantage. This is a stacked deck if I've ever seen one. I have a full house. My daughter has a full house hand, and we go all in, and it's easy because there's no competition. Do you see any other kids out here walking dogs or handing out flyers or asking for testimonials? Zero. So there's no excuse. This is the land of opportunity. This is the land of opportunity, the greatest country in the world. And it's shameful. It is shameful not to do well. It is fucking shameful to come here. If I came here and hung my hat and sat out at the golf course and drank beer all day, I shouldn't be allowed in this great country. I shouldn't have been allowed. But I came here to help other men. I've come here to be a producer. I've come here to be a builder. Same in Canada. I'm a producer, I'm a rainmaker, and I'm a builder. It's the least I can do with all the blessings. I wasn't born in North Korea. I wasn't born in Afghanistan. I wasn't born in China. I was born into the two greatest countries in the world, so I use that as inspiration, but it's also my duty. It's also my duty. For me not to do well, for me not to teach my kid to do well, for us not to be builders and producers and rainmakers, shameful, absolutely shameful. So that's something to think about, something to really, really, really take to heart. What are you building? What are you producing? Who are you serving? Who are you helping? You have no excuses. You live in the greatest country in the world. If you need help with any of this, getting your life up to 70% marketing, buy my book at nobullbook.com. That's nobullbook.com. If you want more one-on-one, then get into one of my masterminds or my newsletter, my monthly newsletter. It's a real newsletter, paper and ink. Go to badassletter.com. Badassletter.com. You can still subscribe for 2 more days. And if you want to step up into the big leagues where we work on 70%, 80%, of our marketing and we get after it, then one of my 2 masterminds. Start with my World Builders Top 5% Mastermind. That's badassworldbuilders.com. Badassworldbuilder.com. Badassworldbuilder.com. That's it. Get after it. Kick ass and take names. Four words. Kick ass, take names. 2 words that changed my life. 2 words that'll change yours. Be relentless.